Okay, here's my tractor. This is a 1935 McCormick Deering O-12. Great little tractor, small motor, gets good on fuel mileage, good on gas. I don't run this high idle or anything. I just run it, just above, a little bit above idle with for mowing. Rubber tires. It's hand cranked though. But anyway, here's my mower. This is an RM59 Woods. You can get these things practically cheap now. I see them on Marketplace all the time. And they're, I wouldn't say dirt cheap, but they're really cheap because because the zero turns have probably ruined the market. Now, I've cheated a little bit here. I've got my bucket tractor, and I hooked a chain to the thing, to the 3-point hitch top arm, so I could lift it a little bit. Because what we're going to do is we're going to hook this chain up onto this C channel. I took a piece of C channel, okay, down underneath the PTO shaft there's a cross member with a hole in it. I put a bolt right down in here for the bolt. So this C channel sticks out over top of the drawbar, well, I don't know, probably 10 to 11 inches. And then there's a hole at the end of it, and I drilled a hole and put a bolt through it. And I'm going to take the nut off. There's just a bolt sticking up through there. I put it from the bottom. It's I think it's about a 5/16 bolt. It's a hardened one. You want a good strong one. And I put this bolt in here so it won't slide that way. And I got this piece that slides over. Oops. Goes the other way. This slides out of the way, and then the PTO shaft then will slide in. So hang on a second. We'll put the PTO shaft on. Okay, PTO shaft is on. Okay, there's a little bit of room because it's telescoped about, I don't know, probably 10 inches or so. And then I bought an override clutch. Now, you don't have to have one of these, but it's probably smart to do that because when you push the clutch and you get the tractor stop faster, that way the motor's not pushing the tractor forward. So it's got an adapter on it for the bigger PTO shaft. See, this is the bigger, this is a newer modern size, and the one that comes out of the tractor is small. But as long as you got a PTO shaft, you can put an adapter on it and make this work. Now, like I said, you don't have to have an override. They make a piece that has this end on it and goes out to the bigger size for the modern 3-point hitch PTO shafts. And you put one of those on there and put the pin through it. There's a little hole in the drive in the PTO shaft here where you can put a roll pin or a bolt or whatever you got that will hold that on there. So I got the PTO shaft all hooked up, and it's hooked to the wheel. And it's nice because you don't have to have a lot of RPM to get that big wheel spinning, to get those blades going really fast. It's doing a decent job. So anyhow, we've got the tractor up on elevated, and I got the chain so it's got some slack in it. So when we let it down, I'm going to hook one of the links onto the bolt just like that. Pretty simple. Put my lock nut on there with the nylon lock nut so it doesn't jump off, and we got us a drag hog. Simple as that. Okay, so I've connected this. I put a bolt through the links, wrapped it around the drawbar once, and close to I got a pin here so it doesn't slide this direction. I got it tilted. So now we've got an anti-sway on it on the mower deck. So this mower deck won't swing a whole lot either direction. So why am I doing this? Well, because this tractor it needs exercised. It's an antique tractor, sits around in a barn a lot, and I like to use it. And these mowers are relatively cheap. So I wanted to use this mower even with it having 3-point hitch, without the tractor having 3-point hitch, but now we've made it into a drag mower. So the it's hooked up now. I'm going to let this bucket back down again, and it should be just hanging off of that C channel. I'll let it go down now. Watch. Okay, now see? That's nice and tight right there. The chains are tightened up. And look, here's the skid plate. It's about 1 inch, maybe 2 inches off the ground. That's about where you want it. You don't want it dragging, because these things may make a mark. Now, you could put wheels up here to better keep from scalping, because these will make a mark if the ground is wet. These will kind of make skid marks. It's not too bad though. If it's dry, not a problem. So that's what I use. I didn't put any wheels on it or anything. I just left it for the skid rings, because it's going to ride on the back wheel, the tail wheels. Just make sure when you start, every time you start, all the wheels and everything are all good and greased up, because they're going to be, originally they were just kind of as a guide wheel. Now they're going to actually be, they're going to support all the way to the mower, and you're going to regulate your height cut with those wheels. So, all right, everything's hooked up. I'm going to disconnect the tractor here, the bucket, and we're going to turn this baby on, or crank started here, and we'll give her a go. Okay, so I made a pass. I just made a pass from the tractor over to here just to see what was going on. The height is pretty good. I like the height of the grass. It's good. So the chain doesn't need as much, but the sway bar, or my sway chain, is a little bit loose. As you can see, it's straight right now, and there's loose, and the chain is loose. So I'm going to adjust that up a couple links and try it again. So that's it. That's how you mow your grass with an antique tractor. Wood, rear finishing mower. Could be 3-point hitch. Could be a drag if you want to do too. They make them some with drags. But as long as you got a PTO shaft on your antique tractor and a drawbar, you could pretty much make this work with a piece of C channel and a 6-foot piece of chain length and some bolts. That's all it takes. Like I said, I wouldn't go out and mow commercially with this, but hey, mows the yard, and it does a good job. So if you like this idea, share it with your friends, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the flip-flop.